Hey, I'm Susanna Meyer. I used to write for No Longer Quivering, a Pathos daily column on the dangers of religion. Now I just work for myself. Just do what I want to do, write for myself, whatever. I'm waiting for some of you guys to show up because I have some important things to talk about. There's a lot of crazy stuff that went down. Hey, Amber, that Amber. There was a lot of crazy stuff that went down yesterday, and I started thinking about it all. And the day before, and the day before, and the day before. Hey, Pearl Girl and JD Mills. And yeah, yes, hi. I want to talk a little bit about the YouTube community itself and what are our responsibilities, especially when we have things happen like, we're all angry at the whole without a moral compass situation. Hey, y'all. Um, the situation is if you're calling out a problematic YouTuber for problematic behavior, we need to make sure that we are not engaging in the same problematic behavior, that we're not spamming them, we're not signing them up for emails, we're not outing them, we're not showing up and saying, everybody spam this person or do whatever. We need to have a higher moral ground. I'm convinced of it more and more the longer this goes on, especially with Michael Saltz and Michael Brown involved. I am, we need to be above all of this because we don't really want to make any of this worse. We just want to hold a problematic YouTuber to some form of, I don't want to say authenticity, but we want her to stop behaving like that. And it does not behoove us to behave the same way. I was thinking about that a lot today because today, January the 22nd, has always been kind of a hard day for me. My father passed, and today would have been his 93rd, I mean, his 83rd birthday. Um, 8 years ago, I had to sit in a jury. Well, I didn't actually sit. I was called for jury duty for the murder of a friend of mine, and I could not get off the jury. And I spent about 30 minutes being grilled by the defense attorney using the Second Amendment argument. Um, my friend was gunned down, shot 5 times in the back by the police, and it was to charge the police officer with murder because what he did was wrong. So I'm always jumpy on the 22nd. It's just not one of my favorite days in this world. But here we are, so many years past all of that. I want to talk about YouTube bullies. I found my notebook where I'd been writing a bunch of notes probably 6 months ago or so when I first engaged with Steve McRae. Now I see people talk about Steve, just like they talk about Tina. I'll cut you. But my interactions with Steve and Tina have always been positive. I don't see anything wrong with either one of them. They're not urging others to go out there and behave like bullies. And Steve and I have talked about this quite a bit, but Steve has said he cannot be involved in any way, shape, or form because of his own problematic, not behavior, but problems. How about that? Problems with some of the people of YouTube who have come after him and accused him of all sorts of things. He was definitely done wrong, definitely. We really need to have a call for civility among the YouTube creators community. We need to act better. You've got to conduct yourself in a professional manner. You don't use bots to shut down anybody else. You don't denigrate, attack, harass other creators, call them filthy names. You can say you don't agree with their behavior and why, but that's about it. You don't encourage any of your supporters to attack in any way, shape, or form. And you don't tolerate troll talk in your community. People saying they're going to troll, or do this or the other. And we shouldn't be encouraging or promoting any creators who are in violation of standards of, basically being a decent human being, not being a jerk. Let's not be jerks. I mean, life is hard enough. No legal threats, no nuisance lawsuit threats, none of that. It's only by all of us in this community policing what we're doing and holding our other creators. Oh, goodness. Who is calling me in the middle of this? Okay, that I'm sorry. Somebody tried to call me on Skype, but I have no clue who that is. So I'm cutting them, shutting them down. Not a number that I recognize. It's only by conducting ourselves like this that all of this is going to end, and that without a moral center, we'll get her comeuppance. There's a long wall of infamy now on bad YouTube behavior. I mean, look at this recent documentary, Unison. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. There are a lot of creators that use the drama and the fighting and the gossiping as a way to drive their hit numbers and to enrich themselves and to entertain themselves. We really don't. I think that those are the people in our community that we should probably not have anything to do with at this point, because they're just making this all a whole lot worse. I don't wish anyone ill, even though yesterday I spoke out about Irish. What Irish said is patent lie. I spoke out about Red, how she troubled me with some of her behavior, and I like Red. So I'm not saying I don't like her. I would like to see her do a few things different, mostly just to completely at least talk to the people she has coming on beforehand and vet them. You can't have people on your streams. Um, yeah, we do need to hold people accountable for not doing their homework, for not doing their research on who some of these people are that they're having on their channels, for listening to lies spilling out of people's mouths because they're so eager to believe the worst. And there's a lot of bad to be believed about without a moral center. But I don't think that we can lay everything at her feet if we are acting the same way. I would love to see everybody in the YouTube community be loving and supporting of each other. And I realize that that's my old hippie way that's very unrealistic. So I think from now on, I'm just going to ignore everybody who's negative. I mean, last night I saw that Red's mods were going after me hard, and I just kind of laughed. They're not friends of mine. They're not any part of my world. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't have any real impact. I'm only hurt by things like when my father passed, or when my friend was gunned down by a cop and I had to sit there and be grilled for it. Those are the type of things that we should be, that hurt you, not what some virtual stranger says online. Every creator is not going to be every person's cup of tea. I know I'm not, and I know there are creators that they're not my cup of tea, and I just don't watch them. I don't go out of my way to harass them, harangue them. I don't show up at their feeds and say nasty things. It's just, I just want to say some people need to just grow up, I think, more than anything else. And I'm trying to read to behave bad, fooled with, we're all KJ plants. I'm convinced of it. They did it in order to give KJ some ammo in some way. I think whoever is doing all the doxing and stuff thinks that they're doing the same thing for KJ, that they're helping her. They may be. I think they're harming the community and they're harming her, even though she can't see it. It's not going to go well for her in court if this crap continues. And it is utter crap. It's ridiculous, utter crap. So I'm going to go swimming and work in my garden. I have sweet potatoes to weed today, and do a few other things. I'm going to do a real quick video on cooking in Costa Rica in a little bit too. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.